on a 2005 Pontiac Vibe with a 1.8 liter engine. Bought the sensor here, Denso, part number 2349052. It came packaged, has the anti-seize, the O2 sensor, and then I bought the optional oxygen sensor wrench here, so it's got the cutout in it so you don't break any of the wires. Kind of a crow's foot design. To remove the oxygen sensor, first locate the connector right here on the exhaust side of the engine. There's a little tab you push down, you pull it apart, and the connector comes free. That's what the end of the connector looks like for the front O2 sensor. And then I've already taken a O2 sensor wrench here. I've put it on. It's a crow's foot design. I've already broken it free, but I just want to show the positioning of it. And you don't have to take the shielding or anything off, and you can actually fit it right on there and then take the O2 sensor out. Here on the right I have the O2 sensor removed with 192,000 miles on it. As you can see, it's discolored, but everything looks pretty well intact. Here on the left I have the new O2 sensor going in. The important part is to take this tube of anti-seize that comes in the kit and apply it to the threads lightly, and this will allow you, if you ever have to change the O2 sensor again, to be able to take it out without it rusting fast to the manifold. Around the threads, and then both in front of and behind this washer here, so that way when it's tightened this washer won't rust fast to the base of the O2 sensor. So I've taken the borescope and put it into where the O2 sensor was to check the threads. Everything's good, it's clean. Unfortunately my tip's too big to look into the actual exhaust pipe and take a look into the catalytic converter. I was going to check to see if there was any blockage or extra discoloration. Back into the exhaust manifold, and have reattached it to the connector. Going to replace the post-cat O2 sensor. It's located here right downstream of the catalytic exhaust. And it's right here on this bung in the actual tailpipe assembly, and it comes out, and then the wire goes up into the bottom floorboard on the passenger side. To get to the end of the O2 sensor, we're going to take the door sill out, front kick panel, and up in the front here there's a plastic clip. You can either spin it off or try to pop it off. And there's another retainer here next to the center console that comes off. Then you take your carpet, pull it back, and you can see the wire here coming up below from the O2 sensor. Comes up, and there's a connector here just before it goes behind the center console. Push in, disconnect, and you'll be looking for an O2 sensor with the end on it just like this. While you got this apart, it's a good time under the floor mat here to check your drain for your air conditioner evap, just to make sure that it's snug at both ends and no damage to that. Otherwise you'll end up with water under your floor mat. Much like the pre-cat O2 sensor, it's a 7/8 inch socket. So I have our crow's foot adapter for a sensor here. And we're going to slide that up over top of the wiring and put it onto the bottom. Then we take our socket, wrench, and break it free. And then it's just a matter of threading it out the rest of the way. While I've got this out, it's actually started to rust here where the O2 sensor wires came through where the rubber boot was. So I'm going to clean that up and paint it. So if you got the time, I would suggest pulling the sensor, painting it, waiting overnight. So I've removed the old oxygen sensor. It's right here. As you can see, it's very black. And note the tip configuration. From what I gather, it was replaced about 20,000 miles ago. And this is the correct part. Completely different configuration. I'm not sure if the shop that replaced this old one cross-compared it or if it just happened to be one that fit because it had the same style plug. As you can see, both plugs are the same. The part number I ended up going with here for the post cat is 2344233. And the nice thing is they even stamp it on the plastic bag it comes in. Has the anti-seize compound to put on the threads. The one I took out did not have any anti-seize, and as you can see, it's missing a vital part. There's no metal flange washers on it, and it was very hard to take apart. The new one, as you can see, has these washers in here which allow it to make a better fit and come apart much easier. So we're going to go ahead and put... In the oxygen sensor box comes two sets of instructions. First is the basic removal and installation. The second one details how to install the weather boot through the passenger side floor pan. And in that it'll detail how to install it, and it references using electrical vinyl tape to keep the weather out and secure the tube. And in the new sensor here you can see the boot, and there's quite a bit of a gap in the boot. This old one here, they just simply had a cable tie to secure it and hope to keep the water out that way. I've taken the silicone sleeve here and slid it up over the end of the oxygen sensor to help protect it from any water or grime. And I'm going to insert it here from the inside of the vehicle through the hole, so that way this boot is pointed the right way so I don't have to try to force the large end through. So I'm going to insert it here through the hole, and then our boot will snap into the hole, and then we'll leave this end loose until we thread it in below, and then we'll simply attach up here next to the console. But first we want to attach it into the tailpipe so that this can spin so we don't twist anything up. I finished painting the hole. I've dropped the oxygen sensor through, the anti-seize compound on the threads here. I'm going to rotate it counterclockwise, just ever so slightly to get it started until I feel it hit the threads, and then start rotating and snug it into the hole. And you want to make sure that the wires don't tangle as they go back up through the floor. So I've got the sensor in. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it, and we only want to tighten it about spark plug tight, just a little bit past snug, just like a spark plug. And that's all it'll take. Those internal washers that we saw earlier will keep it from backing out. Once I've got the cable completely adjusted, I went ahead and took electrical tape, put about 5-6 layers around the end here where it comes in. And then to finish it off, I'm going to take a cable tie and put it near the end of the boot here and cinch it down. Not too tight, but enough to keep it so that as time goes on and there's any damage to the tape, it'll keep the water from going up into the floorboard. On the inside, you just want to finish checking the boot to make sure it's fit and snug and there's no kinks in the cable here. Then all you got to do is take your sensor and plug it into the harness here next to the center console, and you're done.